never changes. The end of the world occurred pretty much as we had predicted. Too many humans, not enough space or resources to go around. The details are trivial and pointless. The reasons, as always, purely human ones. The Earth was nearly wiped clean of life. A great cleansing, an atomic spark struck by human hands, quickly raged out of control. Spears of nuclear fire rained from the skies. Continents were swallowed in flames and fell beneath the boiling oceans. Humanity was almost extinguished, their spirits becoming part of the background radiation that blanketed the Earth. A quiet darkness fell across the planet, lasting many years. Few survived the devastation. Some had been fortunate enough to reach safety, taking shelter in great underground vaults. When the great darkness passed, these vaults opened, and their inhabitants emerged to begin their lives again. One of the northern tribes claims they are descended from one such vault. They hold that their founder and ancestor, one known as the Vault Dweller, once saved the world from a great evil. According to their legend, this evil arose in the far south. It corrupted all it touched, twisting men inside, turning them into beasts. Only through the bravery of this Vault Dweller was the evil destroyed. But in so doing, he lost many of his friends and suffered greatly, sacrificing much of himself to save the world. When at last he returned to the home he had fought so hard to protect, he was cast out, exiled. In confronting that which they feared, he had become something else in their eyes, and no longer their champion. Forsaken by his people, he strode into the wasteland. He traveled far to the north, until he came to the Great Canyons. There he founded a small village, Arroyo, where he lived out the rest of his years. And so, for a generation since its founding, Arroyo has lived in peace, its canyons sheltering it from the outside world. It is home. Your home. But the scars left by the war have not yet healed, and the Earth has not forgotten.
Hello everyone, welcome to my brand new Let's Play series of Fallout 2. This is Kernel RPG, and I'm so happy to have you here hanging out with me as we get to know this fantastic RPG regarded by many as the perfect example of what a computer role-playing game should be. It features exploration, tactical combat, loads of dialogues, and consequences and choices and more choices, and it's the sequel to Fallout 1, which I've covered already on my channel, so if you're interested in that game, you're more than welcome to check that series out as well. Fallout 2 was released in 1998 by Interplay Productions, more precisely by the Black Isle Studio. They're responsible for other games as well, such as Baldur's Gate 2 and Icewind Dale 2 as well, and many other RPGs that are maybe not as highly regarded as Fallout 2, but then again, different strokes for different folks. Anyway, since the original release and over the years, the game has been fixed and patched by the developers and the community alike. And for this series, I've installed version 2.3.3 of the Fallout 2 Restoration Project. So if you're interested in that, check the description below for links and info. As for the game itself, and without further ado, let's get started with our character creation. Okay, so new game. We're gonna create a new character. We could pick for over here three different characters. They're all tribal in nature, because as you saw in the introduction, the background story for this game is that Vault Dweller from Fallout 1 founded a village far to the north. And a generation after, more or less 80 years after the original game, we get to create our new character. For my previous series in Fallout 1, I played Maxwell, a generally good guy who's not afraid to step outside the line when maybe it might benefit his own interests. But for Fallout 2, however, I'm gonna try and be a little bit more creative, a little bit less cliche. I'm gonna I'm still not gonna step too far outside the line in terms of what a character should be for you to maximize the amount of content that you enjoy in Fallout 2. But I was considering, you know, in my preparation for this series, I was considering going for a melee character. And I was gonna go for a female character as well. Her name would be Jeanette. Oh, I don't think yeah, that's more like it. And she would be more like a femme fatale kind of person. So she'd have sex appeal, which would increase her, or the attitude of male characters towards her. And she'd be gifted, you know, gifted. So she would be focusing on unarmed skills. And so she'd be going around punching people in the face. And she'd be a stealth character. And she'd be good with words as well. Well, she'd be more or less like this. Let me just prepare the characters. The character more or less like this. And what? Okay, yeah, 10 agility and 10 strength to maximize the amount of unarmed damage. But the problem with this build, is that you'd be, I mean, with this low endurance and this low charisma, you'd need some serious quick loads and some serious saves coming during combat and maybe during dialogue options as well. And since I'm not gonna do that in my LP, I'm not gonna save scum. I'm gonna roleplay as best as I can. I'm not gonna do this character. Maybe the later series, maybe later I'll replay the game with a character like this, but not for right now. So I created Faye. Faye, and you might recognize the name over there. Faye is a young, beautiful redhead that is gifted as well and is pretty good with one-handed weapons. I'm gonna focus on one-handers to be a little bit more interesting. She is very intelligent and very good with words. So yeah, she's also a good girl in terms of trying to do good in general, but she's not afraid to impose her own morals on others. So if someone thinks they're right, but she disagrees with that, she maybe will kick their ass. But we'll get to see all that as we play the game. So without further ado, again, let's start.
Come in, chosen one. There are things you must know. The village is dying. The signs are everywhere. Withering crops. Dying Brahmin. Sick children. There is hope, however. A slim hope that few know of. The old discs speak of an item called the Garden of Eden Creation Kit. It is said it can bring life to the wasteland. This will be your quest, if you prove yourself worthy. For that proof, you must first journey to the Temple of Trials. If you survive, come back to me. We will talk more. Our life is in your hands, chosen one. Prove yourself. Find the Gek. Be our salvation.
So this is the first time that we've seen a Gek, Garden of Eden creation kit. The whole game, the whole main quest is similar in that regard to the main quest of the original game of Fallout 1. Whereas in Fallout 1 you needed to find a water ship to save your vault. In this you need to find a Gek to save your village. The village is dying, the crops are dying, and this is the Temple of Trials. A sort of tutorial level, I'd say, but well, some people don't really like it. I don't find it that annoying. Let's speak with Clint. Good day to you, Faye. You have not completed the trial of the Elder and may not pass. Well, I have some questions for you. Forgive me, but I have no answers to your questions. Take the trial set before you by the Elder and prove yourself worthy to lead our people. And yeah, we can't go back there, but this is the start of the game. So right off the bat, you are in a dark, musty temple. The shadows seem to play tricks with your eyes, and you can hear the faint sound of movement. Oh, also, let's check our options. In our inventory, we have a spear. We know this one, because we've seen it already in the previous game. I do believe we have. Yeah, let's go with a punch. Ooh. So this is a mutated ant. And she appears to be quite mad at us for whatever reason. And looks like we have the best chance to... oh, we're off to a bad start. 4 points of damage. Come on. Good. So the problem with this tutorial level is that if your character is not melee oriented, you're basically gonna need to, well, either be lucky or just, you know, take the beating and survive. But yeah, let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. So there's a corridor over to here. Let's see. Oh, I hear another ant. But fortunately, if enemies start to combat themselves with a character that's pretty agile, such as his Faye, if enemies start combat themselves, we get a couple of turns without them attacking us. Look at that. Let's go this way, hopefully. Yeah, that's my intention. The spider, not the spider, the ant notices us and initiates combat. Ouch, another hit point taken. Excuse me. And she goes down. Let's see what's in this pot. A healing powder. A very powerful healing magic, though it will bring the feeling of sleep to your head. So that's our first healing item. It decreases our perception, which is not very good already. Oh, actually it is. I was thinking of Jeanette. The character, the would-be character that didn't get to pass the trial of this trial and got a red scorpion. This is not a huge red scorpion such as the ones we saw in the previous game. This is one of the smaller ones, and the lesser scorpion. It's not even considered a red scorpion, so it's not as red as the other ones. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so small and tiny. Okay, so he's almost dead. Should be. Yep. Thank you. Let's check if they have something. They do have something. They have those tails. And a funny fact, actually. See how they are small? If I drop these tails, the small red scorpion, the small scorpion tail, if I drop it on the ground, oh, that's a fix from the previous, from the community patch, the restoration project. I'm pretty sure. In the original game, if you drop that one on the ground, it would be a huge tail, the tail of the original red scorpion model. Okay, nothing in here. Let's go forward. And I'm willing to believe that many of you already know this game pretty well, but for those of you who don't, I'm gonna try and do my best to present it to you. I mean, oh, I'm poisoned. No. That's bad news. That's bad news. Well, I'm gonna have to live with that. Fortunately, we have scorpion tails. That should be a way to make anti-poison, anti-venom. Again? Oh man, this is not going well. I'm playing on normal. If you are wondering, and that means that I'm not gonna be able to. That I am gonna be able, hopefully, to not load the game all too often. But back to what I was saying earlier. I know I'm pretty sure many of you who are watching this already have played the game, and maybe you're just looking for a different someone playing the game in a different way, and maybe shedding some light into your own playing experience. And this door appears to be locked. Fortunately, Faye is pretty good at lockpicking. Let's pick that lock, and you definitely pick the lock on the door. And also, I'm willing to think that I should be applying that healing powder we found earlier. I see a raised plate. So this level is the introduction of this, a raised plate. And no description is available. Let's apply our trap skill to that. I failed to disarm the trap. Can I disarm the trap, please? I'm not very good at that. But since I'm not stepping on the... Oh, I wish I could. Well, I'm gonna do this. See? See what happened? I triggered the trap and I get... What is that? Where is it? I know it's here somewhere. Oh man, it's not here? Why is it not here? The thing... Maybe it's the restoration project. Well, I was hit for 3 points and I get a sharpened pole. That's what I was looking for. Maybe it's over here. I don't know. Let's see. Also, let's apply healing powder because I'm not looking very healthy. I lose 1 perception, but I gain 18. I was hit again. I'm not gonna mess too much with these traps. I'm gonna just try and avoid them because I don't feel that I can disarm them. Can I? I just failed to disarm the traps because gifted, the trait that we took, the perk that we took, the trait, yeah, it decreases all of our skills by 10%, which is bad. But yeah, our traps is 15%. It's not good enough. It's not good enough for this. I just failed to disarm. Let's run. Well, if I run, yeah, oh, there it is. I knew it. I knew it's possible. I was hit though. Was I? Oh, yeah, it's the poison damage taking effect. There you go. Where's the sharpened pole? I mean, there's no point in this game. It's not like the original one where looting is not really that important. In this game, looting is very important, especially at the beginning of the game where you'll be it's gonna be pretty hard to come by bullets. It's a pretty serious survival situation in many regards as well, and it's an aspect of the game that I actually like quite a lot, is that you're always... Oh, that was bad. I dodged though, so good. There you go. It's an aspect of the game in the beginning of the game that you're always strapped for loot, and you're always on the lookout for the all the things that you might be able to carry. In this game, I mean, later on, it's not really that problematic. There's still a couple of things that might be beneficial if you carry a lot of stuff with you. But, I mean, it's definitely not... Ooh, I was hit for 4 points. My greed, because I'm gonna sell all these sharpened spears. My greed got the best of me. And I see a raised... Where do I see a raised plate? Ah, there it is. Oh, man. There you go. I see a raised plate again? They're everywhere. They are everywhere. Well, these red scorpions are everywhere as well. Let's hope that I don't die, because it would be very, very stupid if I died. And I might actually... Oh, I dodged. That's good. Oh, come on. See, this is the problem of playing with a non-melee character. It's just you take such a beating from these little guys. Oh, a fortunate hit. Single hit kill. And I'm poisoned, so... Oh, man. Let's see if I can find anti-venom over here. And maybe a bit of a healing powder. Nope, just another healing powder. Or a sack of healing powder, I should say. A bag of healing powder. Okay, a miss. And another miss. And another miss. And I'm gonna just kite him as much as possible, because that's the intelligent way of doing this. And the intelligent way is a little bit boring. I know. But dying is boring as well. I mean, I'm not a defender that games shouldn't let you die, because some companies, some game companies think that. I'm pretty sure they do, but I don't. I think challenge is a crucial aspect of any game, and if you remove the threat of death, then there's no point There's no point in fighting. What's the reason of fighting? So there's nothing over here. Oh, by the way, for example, over here you see a burning brazier, but and you see a description over there. The brazier is full of coals. Oh, I was hit again. At least I'm gonna be able to carry that. I think these sharpened spears, they are worth like 10 scripts. Scripts are the currency in this game. Ooh, this ant is pretty mad that I tried to steal her stuff. Or his stuff. Okay, so let's see what I can find. Some explosives. I don't know what I'm gonna use that for, but look at this. A chasm, and nothing out of the ordinary. It's one of the things that I don't like about Fallout 2 is that sometimes, and with the new items around, for example, a torch over here, a lit torch in a wall counts. So yeah, with some items you can see a detailed description, which is I mean, in Fallout 1 it's a pretty cool thing. It's basically off the fun of exploring is looking at the environment with your mouse and seeing how your character perceives the environment. But in Fallout 2 that is not the case sometimes. For example, these benches, I'm pretty sure they are, since they are pretty uninteresting, they probably don't have, yeah, you see nothing out of the ordinary. But in Fallout 1, everything had a description. Even tables that just, oh, that's our anti-poison. Thank you. I'm not gonna use it right now because maybe I'll come by more scorpions. Well, let's see. So yeah, it's even tables or piles of crap on the ground. Those got descriptions, and sometimes they were funny. Other times they were just, they revealed a bit of insight into how the world of Fallout is. But in Fallout 2, since the game, after all, the game was developed like in a year, and or even less than that, and this game is considerably larger than Fallout 1, so we'll get a lot more episodes out of this one. Oh man, this spider! See, this is the reason why people don't like the Temple of Trials. It makes, I mean... Oh, okay, so there you go. Yeah, it's just a pain in the ass for those of us who are not blessed with melee skills. And... okay, good. So if Jeanette was here, and for some reason she didn't pass the Temple of Trials. But anyway, let's see this door. It's probably locked. An impenetrable door. Is there a description? The old worn door looks like it could be destroyed with a well-placed explosive. Well, I know how to place explosives, but not very well. Let's give it some time. Actually, let's not. Let's live life on the edge and get the hell out of there as soon as possible. Take out a spear, and there you go. Due to your inept handling, the explosive detonates prematurely. And there's a trap over here. There it is. Can I just set it off? I can't set it off. It'd be a cool thing if I could just place some rocks over there, but I can't. And we're immediately ambushed by a giant ant. Oh well. Oh man, I can't kite her very well from here. This is not a good place to kite. Oh, maybe. Oh, good. So let's kite it. Let's kite it around the place, and down she goes, or he goes. I keep referring to ants as female, but okay, there's not the spear that I was looking forward to. And for example, these are incense burners. There's incense burners around. I just don't know where they are. And more red scorpions. So it turns out I was right in saving my anti-venom, but turns out that this one died very quickly, which is good. It's nothing that I'm complaining about. I mean, I like it when scorpions die quickly. They are, after all, very weird creatures and have poisonous and resemble spiders. And I don't like spiders crawling on my hands. As a child, I was so in my house. We have a large backyard, and I mean it's not a farm or anything, but we have a pretty large backyard. And my grandma planted corn And corn, if you don't know how the plant is, it's basically a very tall stalk. Is that a thing? Is that the name of it? It's basically a tallish plant, and more anti-venom right there. That's good. I'm gonna use it, please. Thank you. And good. So yeah, it's a plant that allows spiders to live in their midst. And one day I was running along in the ditches in the middle of a cornfield, and I found this huge spider just resting in the middle of the way. Its spider web was spanning from one corn stalk to the next, and I just freaked out. And ever since then, I've never trusted big spiders. Those tiny spiders with huge legs, those aren't really problematic. I mean, there's over here in Portugal we have very small spiders that, I mean, the body is very small. And okay, so enough about spiders. Let's see who this guy is. Cameron, a fellow tribesman. Hello, Cameron. How are you doing? Greetings, Faye. I have the honor of being your final challenge. To continue in your quest, you must defeat me in unarmed combat. Shall we begin? Okay. So I could prepare, I could just fight him, but I'm thinking that he's gonna kick my ass because I'm not very good at unarmed combat. I got a question for you though. Why do we have to fight? The path of the chosen one is not an easy trail to walk, Faye. You will be faced with many challenges throughout your lifetime, and the most difficult of these will be dealing with your fellow men. There will come a time when diplomacy and tact will prove to be useless, and your hand must be raised instead. This challenge prepares you to face another human. Look him in the eyes and know that you may have to kill him. And yeah, in Fallout 1 you could complete the game without killing a single person, but or without even entering combat, or at least without using your combat skills. You could just run away for most combat situation. But missions could be completed, all missions could be completed with diplomacy, or all main missions at least. But in Fallout 2 that's not the case. In Fallout 2, what's his name? Cameron. What Cameron is referring to here, sometimes diplomacy will fail, but I don't think this one is the case. I disagree with you. I think that a peaceful solution to any problem is possible. You may be correct, Faye, but not in our current situation. You must defeat me to succeed in your trial. Look, I don't know all your strengths and weaknesses, and you don't know mine. Accidents do happen, and so if one of us inadvertently kills the other. Let's just end this now, and rather than take the chance, okay? I see your point. I wouldn't want to be responsible for killing you when all I meant to do was test your mettle. Very well, you may pass, chosen one. Thanks. And our mettle was, well, pretty strong in that occasion. I finally crafted a pot that doesn't have anything, and he runs away like a little kid. Oh well, and that is, in a nutshell, the Temple of Trials. And we get to see, look at this, this is the vault suit from the Vault Dweller from Fallout 1. And it's regarded as an heirloom, maybe it's as a holy item. And we're gonna wear that, as well as the Pip-Boy. There you go, look at that. Faye is looking all nice and cool, and we'll level up as well. Faye is looking all nice in that vault suit. Vault 13 on the back, the number 13 over there. I don't think you can see it very well. And we can access our Pip-Boy. It's 2241, July 25th. And this is gonna be the first episode. I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Fallout 2. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you next episode. Bye bye!